Good morning, everybody. I have no idea what was just going on the screen. How's everybody doing this morning? It's early, I know. I'm having that same issue. Okay. I was trying to get stuff ready for being able to spin the wheel later, and we'll see. We'll see if I got it figured out. Anyway, good morning, good morning. Okay, so I have a little bit of a problem, and that is that so you see this, it's a bag full of finished projects, and I have an entire bag full of them, and I have to find the project that we're going to fully finish this morning. So, get to look through some of my finishes with you. I had them sorted at one time, but it's been a while since I've looked at them. That was my temperature butterflies. All of these are folded like inside out. Got here lie my needles on one of the worst fabrics I've ever stitched on. Not the worst, but one of them. What is this? Oh, stand. This was one of my unicorn projects that a friend so graciously gifted me, or let me borrow. I had to send it back to her. Let's see, this one is Monster House. Good morning. Awesome. I'm so glad, Sandy. I'm sorry it took so long. And I'm still waiting on Witchell to send me anything when it comes to the reindeer. I haven't gotten any bead packs. It's crazy. Hey, Laurel. Look, there's a broken needle right there. So this was my stitch along from Caterpillar cross stitch. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I try to at least aim away from the microphone. So I'm going through my finished bags, trying to find what I plan to fully finish today. So y'all are just getting a little sneaky peek. When I saw this one is autumn. See, some of these I need to go through and get my extra fabric off, because look, I have a whole side of empty fabric. But isn't that gorgeous? Ugh. Should fully finish this next week and hang it up, because it is autumn. It's so good. Here is one of the Kitty and Me. I think it's America, maybe. It's on a fabric flare fabric. Here was my mirror mask, the bane of my existence for a bit. Sparkly. Here's my Harry Potter piece. This one with all the quarter stitches. All the quarter stitches. Gorgeous. And I don't think it's going to be in this bag because this is the last thing, and it is what lies within. And look, I still got a whole nother half of that fabric too. Maybe I need to pull those out. Let me do some organizing while we're here. We don't have anything better to do, right? Alright, that needs fabric trim. I think this does. Yep, got a whole half of fabric there. Oop, I'm going to keep hitting the microphone apparently. This one, I'm not going to worry about it because it has extra, but it's negligible. This one's got a whole half. This one. I'm just going to put them in a different bag so that maybe at some point I will come back and cut the fabric. maybe we'll do that one Saturday. All right. So let's just set that off to the side. We're going to go through bag number 2. So I have, for anybody just tuning in, I have this whole bag full of these bags that have my finished stitching. And I'm trying to find the one that we're going to fully finish this morning. I could have done it before stream, but this is kind of fun, right? This was a model stitch for something that, it was a freebie in Magical Stitches, but they ended up having to shut it down because of copyright issues. Because Disney, you know, even though it was designed completely originally. There's one of my Breder kitties. I need to get back to doing these because they're too cute. This looks to be a lot of my smalls. Look, I didn't even go through and trim the extra threads off of this one. That's, I think, a Bent Creek Clover of Clovers. Got this Santa. When you stop believing in Santa, you get underwear. This was just out of an ornament book. It's a little cottage. This 2 was out of that same ornament book. Snowflakes are angel kisses. This was a frosted pumpkin something or other. It's like a 4th of July piece. This is Sophia from Stitchworks. Summer House Stitchworks. I think that's what it is. I was loaned the chart from a friend at a retreat, and then I stitched it up and sent it back to her. I think this is my smalls bag. Like all of these. At one point, I went through and I organized all my finishes by size or by how I wanted to finish them. So I think these are my smalls. Again, I didn't even cut the threads on this one. I just finished it and threw it in the bag. Can't even with myself. Remember these from your Finish That Stitch December with the advent calendar? Yeah. Yeah. It's probably why they're all here together. Good morning. It is kind of like a whip parade. Welcome in, Lisa. It's my finish parade, not whip, finish. These are ultra old. Oh my goodness. And need to be washed. I've got a little bit of a hoop ring going on there, but these were kits. I forget who made them. Anyways, there's Lexi has one framed in a room. Here's Dream. Here's Believe. This is why I don't work on white fabric, because it's all discolored from the amount of time it took me to stitch it. Hope. This is the teeny tiniest little stocking ever. Bring y'all down just a little bit more. There we go. So tiny. This was, so 2018 was probably when I finished most of these. This was the Flossmas ornament from 4 Boys and an NL Girl. That was a charity piece that year. So you bought it and she donated so much of the proceeds to a charity. I don't remember which one. So I stitched that. Be Free. This was, I believe, a Bent Creek freebie. Most of these I dyed the fabric for. Luck of the Irish. I have no clue where that one came from. Finished? Or you better get moving on finishing. Those are too beautiful. I know. It's bad. It's so bad. Joy. This was one of my favorites. I thought that one was just too wonderful. I did the fabric. I coffee tea dyed the fabric, and I thought it came out absolutely gorgeous. This was the first of the year of celebrations that I'm currently working on trying to finish. Got May. I'm working on May right now, but here was January. This was a contest piece. So the designer released this, asked a bunch of people to stitch it in however they wanted when it came to like the flosses and stuff. And then we all submitted a picture back to her. And then one person got picked to be the cover photo for the pattern. So that was cute. Just very basic snowflake. Now, this was a light blue fabric, but it sat a little too close to one of my coffee tea dyed fabrics, so it got a little coffee tea dye on it. Winter Bluster. This one and I were not always friends. I don't know exactly what my issue was with it, but it took me forever. And this was an event where you had to stitch without looking. And so I did it on the edge of the piece and I held it under the table and I stitched on it. I forget what event or game I was playing at the time. I feel like some of this stuff needs notes because it's been too long. This is Haunter. This was a Ryan request that I stitched, so I should probably frame it so that he can have it. Little Pokemon. This one is almost fully finished. Like I think it just needs the, it is horribly done. I think I had a thought and it didn't quite work and I need to go back and figure out what it is and get it working better. Anyway, a lot of these were from an ornament book that I had. Which Way to the Candy. This was from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. No, I don't know which one, but it's cute. This one was also from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. It was the same one that I got Autumn Wreath out of, so I loved this fabric, but it was not that super easy to stitch on. It was gorgeous, but difficult to stitch on. So this was, oh my goodness, what was her name? Oh, where's Kate when you need her? I have her on my Instagram. This was the Winter Band Sampler. It's so pretty. You picked 3 colors and she released a band like once a month or once every couple weeks. Cross Stitch Cabin Co. Oh, look. Sometimes I can remember things. And I'm going to actually put this one over there because we've got a whole half of fabric we could use. I don't remember what the fabric is. That's the other problem with these things. I might have records for this one though. It's recent enough. And last but not least, we have Sunset. This is from Kitty and Me Designs. It's one of her butterflies. Super pretty. And this one still has a lot of fabric, so I'm going to stick it over in that pile so that the fabric can get trimmed and we can add more fabric to my stash. Woohoo! I'm going to put these back in the same bag they came in because these are obviously all smalls. And I might even put a note on here that says smalls. Bag 2. Here is bag 3. Let's see what we've got. This is one of the Caterpillar cross stitch sals that I didn't do until after the sal was over, but super cute. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, Rudolph. It's a really nice fabric. I think that was a Fiberlicious fabric. All right, what do we got here? Oh, these are RETM. I did these for my grandmother. She's passed, so she didn't get. Oh, I just got the one. Okay. I want to go back and get the other one and do it on here. But again, this has a bunch of fabric, so I'm going to throw it in that other pile. She's so cute. All right, this one, what do we got here? Oh, this was a dimensions kit or whatever. Somebody had stitched it and just sent me the pattern, and I put it on my own fabric and used whatever floss I had in my stash. Home is wherever I am with you. Super pretty. That one has a ton of extra fabric. Oh, look, I think we found it. Here is the Biscornu. So I started this one at Stitch West a few years ago, and each one of these butterflies was stitched by one of my table mates. Laurel, that's in here, got to stitch one of them for me, so she should know. And then I did the top, and we're going to put it together today. So I'm going to set that off to the side. We'll finish this bag. Maybe get to do this again next Saturday. Oh, this is Outforced Embroideries Hummingbirds that I also did for my grandmother. But after she passed, this was her memorial piece. I started on her birthday, the year that she died. So, and I did this with a bunch of floss, Victorian motto threads that I had in stash. So, that one has extra fabric, so I'm going to set it over here. This one had extra, no, not really. I'm going to put this one in the first bag. I'm going to put all these with the extra fabric in this bag. Maybe. Good morning, Catherine. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. So, just so y'all know, we got through 3 bags. Whoop, I'm making a mess. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. You know. Okay. Alright. So, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to zoom y'all in. I have never finished a Biscornu before. I have watched it happen. So we are going to attempt it today. Let's see. I know it's just basically whip stitch, like I'm gonna turn it to like there, whip stitch. Does it matter exactly, do I need to do it exactly in the middle for it to work correctly? Has anybody here done a Biscornu before? Okay, come on. Probably good to get a really long skein, huh? You want to do it all in one? I don't know. We're just going to go with it. We're just going to try this. Probably shouldn't get the thread before I cut the stuff out, huh? Oh, it's so intimidating. It's so scary. This is why everything stays in a bag, because it's very intimidating. And look at all the extra fabric here. This is called Fairy Lawn. It's from Cindy Surly. Fabric Flare. Maybe I should do this with the other scissors. Oh, here they are. Thank you. I think it's a very pretty fabric. I got this wild hair while we were at Stitch West, and I had this pattern with me, I think, or I picked it up while I was there. Anyway, and so I had to get fabric, and I had everybody stitch on it for me. used to cutting so close. Not sure how close you're supposed to get. I'm just giving a few rows past where the stitching is. I'm sure that'll be fine. All right. There's one. It's a little folded because it was literally right on a fold, but that's okay. I wonder if I should get my iron, but I think Lexi's sleeping. I'm going to text her real quick. See if I can get my stuff together. We can do this every couple weeks or so. Fully finish some of these things in this bag so that they're not sitting in the bags anymore. Ideally. Okay. So we've got all that fabric can go on something. Okay. So does anybody know if I need to count and be exact, or if it's more of a, if I place it here and go around, it'll all work out? Right? Let me pull up the pattern, because I think it had instructions. I do try and keep out after I finish. So I scan all my patterns in to my Google Drive. And then when I'm stitching on them, I use GoodNotes. And I move them from an active folder to a finished folder after I'm done for just this reason. What if I need to access it again? Haha, there it is. Okay. So, someone get Shannon in here. Okay. I'm gonna rotate this. And then we're gonna zoom in. No, I needed this page rotated. The fuck? Page 1. Page 2. Rotate 90 degrees. Alright. Now, I will tell you, the instructions are written in another language, but I can figure out pictures. Except, it probably tells me whether or not I need to be precise about. Okay, so maybe. They have lines. But I think I can get fairly close. Okay, so I'm going to zoom y'all in a little bit here. Alright. So according to the chart, in between these two butterflies is the center. So we scroll down to this stitch. Let me lift it up. To that stitch. So that's the center one. And then we're going to I just do this with a single strand, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. Are y'all spending your morning with me stitching? Are we stitching anything wonderful? Let me know. We're just going to go for it. See how this goes. All right. So it showed it do kind of like a loop start there and then come up right in the corner. I'm a little worried this weave is too loose for me to have cut it that short. Gotta be real gentle. All right, and then we're gonna go, so say come up through the corner and then go through this one, okay, like so, and then I just whip stitch, right? I hope I keep y'all in camera. All right, we're gonna put a few in before we try adjusting the edges because I'm afraid of it coming apart. So we're gonna go, we whip, right? So we come up and around and go, these are really small. Through this one. And then through the one next to the one we started it. Right? I expect to go back to sleep for a couple more hours at some point. Okay. I hope Holly's doing okay. I know that whole not having any power thing is miserable. We had that problem down for a week down in Houston after whatever hurricane was earlier this year. They seem to be pretty active this year. Okay. Next and next. You had a finish recently, Laurel. That's super exciting. Let's see if I can do this without sticking my tongue out every time I gotta try and look, look, look. Can y'all see that? It's looking very similar to the instructions. Okay. I'm just gonna keep winging it. We got this. We got this. All right, next. And next. I will tell y'all, I think she may have gone to town where they have power. Oh, I hope so. I figured either that or she would go sit in her car for a little bit. That's what I would do. Puntini, I hope I'm saying that right, recently put out Biscornu Trios. They're in my shop in the September album. I'm going to have to stitch those. So I need to become proficient at finishing. And today we're just winging it with some stuffing that I have. It's not going to be anything perfect and wonderful, but oh, okay. You finished after the live on Thursday. Nice. But this one, like I said, is very special to me because all of my table mates at Stitch West stitched on it. And they each used flosses from whatever project they were using or they were stitching on at the time. So, you're also invited to go to a friend's who has... Good. I know she's missing us. She loves my lives. But I'm sure she needed rest too because I don't think she got much sleep last night. Okay, I'm going to tighten some of these now that we're down the path a little bit. I don't know how to do this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at it. I'm so excited. Okay. It's like lacing a corset. Which I know we all have so much experience with, but I do have a corset from going to Renaissance Festival. Okay. Maybe we don't get so far down before we have to tighten. It's getting a little hard to see. There we go. There we go. Look at that, y'all. It's gorgeous. Oh, see now that it's focused? Ah, super exciting. All right, Sammy, do you use a sharp needle to stitch? Good morning, by the way. Good morning, Betty. It's not sharp, but it's not dull. I typically use either the John James Petites, which, you know, they're not making anymore. Well, they're supposed to get back to making them very soon. I guess they got a new stamp. Anyway, or basically Bowen's 28s or whatever. They're tapestry needles, so they've got a little bit of a point to them, but they're not like beading needle sharp. I caught myself. I was sticking my tongue out again. Right. And go through and tighten a little bit while we can still see to do that. I feel more comfortable going up, so that's why I have it facing this direction. Oh, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm doing something cool. You can do it, Laurel. Join me. Let's Biscornu stitch. Also would have been nice if we could have gotten Sarah in here. I know she's done more than a few of these. I love how it's just like tucking that extra. I'm glad I trimmed it as short as I did, but it's just folding it right in. I'm not even really having to think about it. Hope y'all can see okay. Trying to get this thread and not a weave of the fabric. I do feel like you need a fairly thin needle for this, or at least with as small a count as I did. What count was this? I want to say 32. Does it say on the fabric? I'll bet it was 32. Yeah. Yep. Because I couldn't just start with an Ada my first time, right? Never stitched a Biscornu. You really should. This is kind of fun. I think you would like it. Look at that. Let me let it focus. Look how good it looks. I'm excited. Just so y'all can see where we're... It's exciting. Okay. I'll never get done if I don't keep going. I don't know that we'll get much stitching done today. This is going to take most of my time just finishing, but that's okay. That's what we're here to do today. Because I don't know about y'all, but I am much more likely to stick to something when I'm doing it with y'all than I would if I just like, okay, let's sit down and do this. Uh-oh. Don't be starting knots now. We don't have time for that. Okay, hold on. There we go. I do feel like I need to be a little gentle. I'm afraid of ripping my fabric, but like you can see, it's already really coming apart at this corner. Shoot. Okay, we're going to have to be real careful. Let's see if y'all can see. Right there. I think we'll be fine, but it's gotta be careful. I did start with the side where I was like, I should really iron that flat. But I didn't want to go get my iron because I'm pretty sure Lexi's sleeping. Hi Amy, welcome in. I'm so excited. Thank you. This is my first time. So we're about to turn a corner though, and it's a little intimidating. Have you ever done a biscornu, Amy? I know that I also have one with frogs on it called Peaceful Ponderings. I haven't, I have the chart. I haven't stitched it yet. Okay, I'm on the last one before we turn. I'm gonna check my, ooh, I'm afraid it's gonna slip off the fabric. Okay, let's lay that down. Check my instructions real quick. Okay, go all the way across. Doesn't really show me anything special until we get to the end. Okay. My other corners are a little bit thicker, so we probably won't have that problem with the other ones. Made 3 or 4? Awesome. Am I doing okay? I think it's looking okay. Sorry, I gotta give my camera time to focus because I keep moving it. So, I'm fixing to come around this corner. But you can see right here where the fabric has... Okay, we got this. I'm gonna go this way. I'm just nervous if I pull just right, that fabric's coming out. Damn it. Okay. Trim wider next time. Got it. Oh, sorry, I'm out of camera. I'm having to be very mindful of this corner because these threads from the fabric are coming out. The corner is definitely not where I needed that to happen. I'm gonna have a hole. I need... It's coming apart. How do I fix this? I need to keep these little frays from continuing, because as long as it does, we're going to have issues. 1 second. Okay. I'm going to do something a little unorthodox and just put a little piece of tape here, because I'm just trying to keep it from further fraying until we can get past this point. And I don't have anything else. Maybe hot glue, but it's in the house too. Okay, let's see if I can make it around this corner. Just pulling it out again. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to... Hi, Janet. How are you today? Okay, we're gonna pick a couple stitches out. We're going to get some glue and hopefully fix this problem. I think I messed this all up. Okay. Whales, shoot. Dog walk done, now stitching and doing laundry. Awesome. I started some laundry before I came out here. Okay, I'm not sure how to fix this. My fabric just fell apart. I do not have a fray check. What I'm thinking is maybe I can put just a little bit of hot glue along this edge, re-stitch, and then come back. I don't. We should've. Okay. I'm going to put y'all on a BRB screen. I will be back in just a couple minutes. I've got to run in the house. I'm back. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna rig some fray check here. Okay. Oh, I lost a lot of viewers while I did that. Oh well. Life happens, right? There's one in here too. All right. Let's see. I keep getting notifications. Okay. I think I'm going to set this under here. Ugh. We're gonna let the hot glue gun get hot. I hope it's on because I really don't know. We are going to, what's it called? Problem solve together. Super fun. All right. Okay, it's getting warm. Because my other concern is if I try and pull too much of this out, I'm going to have the same problem over here. This is a very soft fabric. I believe it's a Lugana. So it just kind of falls apart. Like even from the little bit that I clipped earlier, see, it's just super coming apart. So, so my idea is that I just go, once the glue actually gets hot, I'm just going to go right along the edge to kind of keep it from further fraying. That way I could put a quick stitch back in it, and then hopefully be able to make it around the corner. May even flip it over and put a little glue on that. So maybe that's what we should do. Let's just put the glue on this side. See, here's where all the strings have gone. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna right along the edge here. Let's see if I have a tool. We are winging it today. So, here we go. I'm just gonna that's great. This is a cheap piece. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, now let's turn it over. I'm gonna put just a little bit more on the part that we didn't screw up already to make sure we don't screw it up. I say we. It was all me. It was all me, y'all. Put this. We're gonna end up sewing through hot glue, but that's gonna be fun. Let's give it a minute to cool off. Good thing this is going on the inside. Definitely glad I flipped it over. Right. Come on, give me my needle. Oh, of course. I need to put it on the needle minder and I dropped it. We're going to get another piece of this. All right. I am a floss licker. I don't know if anybody else is. I've been trying to work on it, but I still do it. Okay. Really? Okay. All right, so now I get to try and stitch through hot glue. Oops. But it's okay. get to see me. My serious face. All right. No, don't do that again. I don't know if it's obvious at this point, but I don't often stitch in hand. Can't seem to get my needle through the hole. Trying to figure out where the hole is because the glue is in the way. There we go. You know when you're trying to do something and everything gets in your way? You go back. I'm having one of those mornings. We may need to put this down and just stitch. Okay. I don't even know if I'm staying in the camera. Also trying to make sure I don't sew through my finger because that would not be fun. And I know this is unconventional and probably not the best looking, but I would rather salvage this piece. Of course, I guess I could put it in a frame, but because my friend stitched on it, so this is what we're doing. Hello, anybody that has just arrived. I am trying to fully finish Ava's Scornu for the first time, and I had some issues with some fraying, so we're having to restitch this corner. And I'm actually going to run this under here just to super secure it. So that maybe this corner doesn't just fall apart on me. We shall see. All right. Next thing on my Walmart order is fray check. Do they sell it at Walmart? Because we're not having that problem again. Oof. Okay, we got to be super careful and get this done because I feel like all these sides are going to try and come apart on me now. we will clean up that corner in just a minute because it looks like I pulled some threads loose. Like I said, I want to kind of get around this corner before we lose any more fabric. There we go. All right, now we're going to swap back to this way. Don't do that. It's Saturday morning. Is everybody having a good weekend? Have any big plans this weekend? I just have this today and then I go back to work tomorrow. Hoping I'm getting these lined up right. Now that it's all wonky, it's a little hard to tell. Oh. Unplug the hot glue gun. Oh. Hey, Holly. Welcome in. I'm doing okay. Do some stitching and work around the house. That sounds great. I am fully finishing a biscornu and having all the issues doing it, but that's because I'm new. It's okay. We're working through it. Real loose. We're getting it. Just as we came around this corner, the fabric started to fall apart, and so we had to do some doctoring, and now we're getting it. Good morning, Ryan. How are you? What's up? Huh? Good? Okay. Huh?
Why is that there?
What?
The blue thing.
Because I'm trying to insulate the top of it. So we put up the... This has been here for months. Why are you asking today? So we put the insulation up and put the tarp over it to seal it in there. I need to get the rest of it done because then it'll stay cooler in here. I want to finish the gravestone block on Thine is the Trick. Very nice. Oh my gosh, I'm afraid it's all gonna fall apart. This side, look, this side, absolutely beautiful. This side, wonky. But guys, because all my fabric is suddenly trying to fall apart. Just trying to not. Good morning, Fisa. How are you doing? I am trying to fully finish a Biscornu, but it's not going great. And it's a learning curve. I trimmed the edges too short. I think had it been Ada, it might not have been a big deal, but this fabric is really soft, so it's just like falling apart.
Wow. This YouTube, there's such a delay.
Internet went down. It worked okay. I was able to kind of get around the corner, but the problem is all of my fabric's trying to fall apart. So it's making, see how these stitches look all loose and bad? But I'm afraid of it coming apart if I pull too hard. So it's getting there. We at least got around the corner. It's just not near as beautiful as that side, but that's okay. What?
What is frame?
Come here. See how this is coming off?
Yeah.
That's called fraying.
Ah.
And whenever this comes off, then my threads slip off the edge. Sorry, need to be in the camera. Slip off the edge. Never finished a Biscornu. I stitched one, but I'm waiting until Vintage has her tutorial before I attempt to finish. Well, the one thing you can learn from mine is don't trim the edges this short. Give yourself a little bit more space in case it starts to fray. Other than that, everything's been going well. So it all started to fall off, and so I took some hot glue to put around the edges so it quit doing that, but just... Also, I might recommend 2 different colors when you're like between the edging and what you're using to seam it all up, because I'm having a hard time telling where I can pull to tighten. I'll have to just stitch that in a minute, because I'm working with dark gray and black. I'm gonna have that one go around again because I only got part of the stitch. So we're going to come around the next corner, hopefully do so a little bit better than we did last time. Let me see if I can. I don't want to risk. does kind of seal the edge there. Did you eat? Hmm? Yeah, I said, did you eat? Because you can see where it, like it's trying to slip here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this hot glue to keep it from disappearing. Noted. I stitched mine on Ada because I thought it would be easier to work with for my first... Yeah, you know, brains, right? I was at a retreat, and I'm so used to working on 32 count. So, and I wanted to start it right then, so I went and bought... I didn't know what I was doing, but it's okay. Here's the thing. If you're a particular type of person who can't handle imperfections, then definitely take the time to not make the mistakes that I'm making. But I am pretty go with the flow, and so I don't mind that it has imperfections because it means I'm learning. Just gonna give that a minute to dry. And it doesn't look magnificent, but I'm still gonna have a product that I can look at and remember when I went to a retreat and my friends stitched each of these butterflies with the flosses that they were using while we were at retreat. So there's that one and that one. So it's going to be okay. I'm not stressing it other than trying to get through it. Once I'm through it, then we'll be fine. All right. See, now it's trying to do it on this side. Also, 32 count makes these stitches you're supposed to slip into a little hard to pick up, just so you know. Especially when they got glue over them. Oi. Okay, we're just gonna do this whole side because I think it's just gonna fall apart. What's up, bub? Okay, I think we're going to have to give up on this. I think it's going to have to be framed because it is just, or maybe I just put it away until I can get fray check because it's just falling apart every time I touch it. And okay, So, let's go on to some stitching. We tried. It's fine. We'll do it another time. I am still working on Seaside Sampler. No, Seaside Tiny Town. Round Robin. I didn't work on it after we spoke last because, well, I had to get my daily 100s in, and then last night I worked on something else. So, because really this isn't a priority. I'm just excited about it. So. I will find a way to slowly cut that apart and we'll frame it. We'll try Biscornu another time. Pause and retry later. Iron on fusible. I don't have any. I'll have to. That could probably work too. But as for right now, I just need to stop messing with it because I'm only making it worse. And if I don't stop, then I'll destroy the whole project and then I'll be really upset. So I just need my needle back. So I just trimmed that edge too close. I didn't realize it was going to fall apart quite like it did. All right, so before we get started on stitching, we're gonna have a little shop talk. This isn't, hold on, let me turn that off. Okay. This is my channel, so if you're not interested in shop talk, just tune me out for just a couple minutes. So first, I have a shop on Facebook. It's a group called Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery, and this month we are having a sale on the March album. It doesn't have much left in it, but I was going to show you what it is in case you're interested. All these charts are 17% off, and Ryan would really appreciate if you'd buy them because then he doesn't have to go put them on the website for me. So, let me get my prices up because I always forget. And remember, it'll be, what? It'll be cheaper than whatever I say because, again, they are 17% off. You can me please them here, or you can go look in the album for yourself. March. All right, so the first thing we have is Seaside Tiny Town. Sandy's getting blood work right now and have a contractor doing some stucco work on my garage today. Oh, fun. This is Seaside Tiny Town from Heart and Hand. It is 176 by 30. This is literally what I'm stitching today. It's in my March album. I have one available. It's $13, and again with the 17% off. Next, we have Resilient. This is from Ardith Designs. It's 90 by 35, uses one color. She used the Romy Creations Garnet Red, but I think Cupid would be good here, or really any variegated color you want to work with. This one is $6, and there's one available. Again, you would get 17% off. Next, we have Silver Creek Samplers. Don't Quit Your Daydream. This is 181 by 48, and it is $14. Again, 17% off of that. 17% because my daughter turned 17 this month. It comes with a long hair or a short hair conversion. Next, we have Rose Coverlet. She used the Romy Creations Garnet Red, but I think Cupid would be good here, or really any variegated color you want to work with. This one is $6, and there's one available. Again, you would get 17% off. Next, we have Rose Coverlet. She used the Romy Creations Garnet Red, but I think Cupid would be good here, or really any variegated color you want to work with. This is from Thread Milk. It's $14. It is a 111 by 111. Super cute. I think I'm going to stitch this one with a variegated thread my friend sent me that I have no idea what I did with. So, there's Rose Coverlet. Next is Love Bugs from Counting Puddles. This one is 99 by 87. It uses 6 colors of floss. And it is $12 before the 17% off. So, there's a couple other things in there that, oh, this one I think sold. Patriotic Tiny Town. I'm not sure where it is, but I do have one of those. I think I sold that one. We also have I'm having a morning, y'all. We also have in March's album these needle cases. And it is a magnet up top for your needles, and the bottom is like that sticky for your beads. These are 16 each, and of course 17% off right now. I have silver, black, and pink, and blue. I also have 2 tacky bills. Those I need to find the price for. And this one, I think I sold. Okay, so that's everything from the March album. Oh, floss bags. There's some floss bags there too. And Frosty Tiny Town. Silver case, Janet. I can do that. Stick a note on there. Ryan. Never mind. Found it. Okay. Ship with next order. Yes, ma'am. All right. And I will get back to you later today about the reindeer. I think we're all good. And you said we need to check on some other stuff. So we'll get together later. All right. Now, the other thing that I want to do, this is going to be a little bit different every stream. And that is, I have pulled a few specialty items that are going to be on sale during this stream only. Welcome back, Holly. They're gonna, I think they're under here. Yep. These are gonna be on sale oh my goodness, what did I do? Turn that off. Sorry. During the stream only, and if you me please it during the stream, I'll show them once now and once before the end. If you me please one of these, then we're going to spin a wheel. That's why that screen keeps popping up. It's going to be the wheel whenever we do it. And whatever the wheel lands on, that's the % off that you get for being here on the live. So, first up is, these are all Mill Hill kits today. So this is Witch's Cauldron. This one is $9.50. It is a kit, so of course it comes with all of the things, and I only have this one. So this is Witch's Cauldron. Next, these are all, because it's fall or Halloween themed. This is Autumn Lock from Mill Hill. $9. Autumn Lock. Okay, it's the full kit, so you have everything you need to just start it up. These are a little bit bigger than the ornament sized ones. Next we have Witch's Broom. This one's 16. I don't know why the difference. I'm just told what to tell y'all. It's a full kit. Broom parking. It has a cat with brooms. Super cute. And then lastly, and I have 6 of these, I believe, is this Halloween owl. Again, it's a full kit. Halloween owl. So, if you're interested in any of those, just let me know. Again, we will spin the wheel and see what kind of discount you get and go from there. Alright, I'm going to get to stitching. And like I said, I'm going to try and do a little bit of that with each live because I got plenty of stock that I need to get out of here. Alright. Look at this little crab. Isn't he so cute? Next color. Thundercloud. Me please for the broom parking with the kitty kit. Okay, I'm gonna switch channels again. Oh. Let's see what kind of discount Holly gets. Okay, we're gonna do this, but go to here. Okay, ready, set, spin. Okay, you get 18%. So we're gonna find a better way to do that at some point, but that's it. So the kitty. Holly gets 18% off. All right. And do I have your email, Holly? Have I sent you stuff before? If not, if you'll just find a way to message that to me, that'd be great. Thundercloud. What is old money? Okay. So like I said, I'm going to do those each stream. Try and make it a fun way to get rid of some of the stuff that I have in stock. Why do you look like that, Bubba? Hmm?
That's how I'm just getting lost in my mind.
Okay.
Is this stuff one?
I don't think y'all have school this week, so I will get you an appointment on Friday.
We do have school this week.
On Friday.
Oh yeah. This is a cool thing.
This looks really close to that other color. So this is a round robin that I'm doing with 4 other friends. And so the person whose project this belongs to did these 3 houses. And then I was second in line, so I am doing this house with the fish on top and the crab. So I'm getting pretty close to being done with my part. And then there's another part here, and then 2 on the other side of the houses.
Do not remember my chair leaning back this much.
And so I just get really excited when it comes in the mail and want to get my part finished as quick as possible. They don't take a lot to stitch. I want to say I'm sitting at about just over 600 stitches.
Yeah,
All right, baby, I love you.
What Alexis even write on the board?
It was one of her cheers. This color that I'm working with is really close to the color that we did the frame in, but they are different. One is Old Money from Classic Colorworks, and the other one is Thundercloud. And we had a discussion recently about, because everybody has a different take on how to do round robins or that sort of thing. Our group discussed, so I stitch top left to bottom right, and then bottom left to top right, or some form of that. But it seems most other people in my round robin stitch the other way. And so I said, do you want me to stitch the same way as you or stitch my way? They said whatever way is comfortable to you. And I tried stitching her way, but my brain just naturally, like, I've been stitching the same way for so many years that unless if they request that I do it, what I will do is I will turn the project 90 degrees so that I can still stitch the way that I'm comfortable, but yet stitch their way, if that makes sense. But she was of the same opinion as me in that if it's stitched a different direction, then it makes it more obvious that it was your friend that stitched it. So we're just all saying whatever you feel the most comfortable doing. So this is my second round robin. My first one we did in ink circles. So since they are all quadrant, like mirrors of each other, everybody just took a corner. Worked out really well for a 4-person round robin. This one worked a little bit better for a 5-person round robin. So I rather enjoy them. Also, something else we like to do here on the lives is we play a little game. I I'm probably going to stream for about another 45 minutes. You know, we've only been stitching for a couple minutes. So how many stitches do you think I'll get during stream? If you want to throw in a guess now before you have to leave, or later whenever you feel like you've peaked. Hey Heather, welcome in. You can let me know how many stitches you think we've done, and at the end I will count up my stitches, and whoever wins will go into a raffle for something at the end of October. Normally I would say at the end of the month, but we're right here at the end of the month, and I've only streamed the 2 times. So I'm hoping to start being more regular about it. What did we do? How are you doing this morning, Heather? Is baby boy letting you stitch? Mine was in here earlier, just hanging out. Of course, mine's 14, so, you know, not so much a baby anymore, but. Speaking of, and he's being needy. I need to lift this up a little bit. Excuse the arm in the way. There we go. I can fit my hand under it again. It would be nice if we could finish this section on the stream this morning. I don't know, but it's possible. If we're going another 45 minutes, it should be good. Love this little flamingo needle minder she's got going on. Don't think there's actually a flamingo in the project. I know there's a seagull. Maybe a pelican? We're still waking up. I'm just trying to get him dressed. I'm not having the Saturday morning naked run around the house. It's like we've got fish hanging up in the window. I think that's what's going on with this design right here. Whee. Okay. So, I don't know it who follows Jessie Marie on Instagram and saw that she put up another Stitchy game yesterday. But I am all here for it. So, if you see my recent videos, I've been playing Big Brother with I've watched Big Brother for several years. She came up with a game for it mid-season, and so we've been playing that, but now she has one for the Great British Bake Off, which I've never watched previously, but I love reality TV, and I was like, okay, sign me up, let me check this out. And so I watched the first episode last night, and I wrote down what stitches I need to get done this week. So we'll see how that one goes. Diamonds. Cadet. Maybe. Anyway, so it started last night. It's on Netflix. Comes out every Friday, I guess. So I will be stitching a bunch for that. Wait, I went to commercial. What is the new game? Okay, so Jessie posted on her Instagram. It's based on the TV show Great British Bake Off. And I wonder if that's why I lost so many viewers all of a sudden. Great British Bake Off. It just started up last night, the show, and she has the instructions on there. And basically, if somebody gets a handshake, you put 500 stitches in on a whip. Now, I think what Jessie's doing is she's having different stitch counts for each of the people and doing it all on one project. No naked run time. Ooh, taking off the diaper phase. Yeah, I remember that. So I think she's doing one project, and then she gave each person a certain amount of stitches based on what they achieve. I picked a different whip for each one of the players that's going to be playing on, or each one of the contestants. So I think for a handshake, it's 500 stitches. For the last in technical, it's 25 stitches for each of the remaining players. Then first in technical, it's 50 stitches for each of the remaining players. And then there's whoever gets eliminated. I forgot what the stitch count for that was. And Star Baker becomes your daily 100. So I find it interesting. I find that it just keeps the stitchy bug full fire, and so I'm playing it too. She doesn't have on her Instagram, but she had on a recent floss tube where she's doing Big Brother, and she assigned a category to each one of the players. I assigned a specific whip. And like whoever gets head of household becomes our daily 100 for the week. So I added it on to my normal daily 100. And now with Great British Bake Off, I think I'm going to have 3 daily 100s. That may be the only stitching I get each day. that's quite a bit. And of course, I didn't pick any of the same projects for the Great British Bake Off that I did Big Brother. I just want to stitch on all the things, and this is allowing me to do that. So, and I mean, it's September 28th, doing the Dancing with the Stars. I think I saw that one somewhere too. I don't really watch that one. Games everywhere. Yes. I'm playing a Monopoly game too. In fact, my turn should be coming up today, because I know the person ahead of me, the player right before me, she'll get her stitches done today. So I'm Games just keep the fun alive, I think. You do with your daughter? Oh, watch Dancing with the Stars? Gotcha. I would probably like it, but it's not one I've gotten into so far. Um, and I kind of feel like if I'm going to get into it just for a Stitchy game, then maybe I should do it at the beginning instead of somewhere in the middle. And like I said, I've already got 3 games going on right now, so let's not kill me. I'm trying to figure out what your Ghost Stitch game is. It is from Semi-Sane Stitchers. It's a Facebook group, and so it's basically like Go Fish. Every morning she spins a letter, and if you have that letter, then you match, and it's 200 stitches on that project. So let's say the letter today was S, then I could use Seaside Sampler or Seaside Tiny Town. It has to be the first letter of the title, not the designer, not anything else. You stitch 200 stitches. If you don't have a project that starts with an S, then you would then go fish or go stitch, and it's 400 stitches on whatever project you want to get that card. And I think you get rewarded every, I want to say 10 cards that you collect, because I think you can get 3 by the end of the month. Now, she had a couple days that were really weird. Like, one was you could pick as many whips as you want and take the first letter of each of the whips and spell out a word. And I think you only had to put 100 stitches in each one of them. And then that was additional entries. I think they do some sort of raffle later in the year. I don't really do it for that. It was just a way to decide what I was going to work on, right? So, like, if I didn't have the letter, then I'd just work on whatever. But if I did have the letter, I'd let it dictate that I worked on that whip that day. But with all my other games, which are a tad more enticing currently, Ghost Stitch has definitely fallen by the wayside. I haven't even looked at what the letter was the last few days. Now, sometimes if, let's say I work on this today and I get 400 stitches in it, I'll go find one of those letters and you know, put it up there. But I don't pressure myself to do that one. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. You have to be in the Semi-Sane group. They play games off and on all year. I want to say they average one every other month. They have their own type of Monopoly. They have one that's kind of like Hangman. They really do have a lot of... That's where I feel like most of the Stitchy games got their start. And that's definitely where some of us that come up with our own got inspired to do so in the beginning. And then once you're in the Semi-Sane group, the actual games are in their own groups, but you have to be in the main group to join the other groups. So. And it's going to end at the end of September. So. I have enough at the beginning of each month. Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Well, and that's what I thought about. If I did my own Monopoly board, like single player, that I would probably just do it after my beginning of the month stuff. You know, I have my focus pieces, I have my Whipagories, I have Whip Go. And my focus pieces, Whip Go, my Stitch Along. Once I got through all that, and then I could Monopoly board myself. But I've got other stuff going on right now. I want to do a Stitchy game. The only show I watch is Masked Singer. Or I could do Ghost Adventures. Stitch every time Zach is a butthead. Yeah, so with Big Brother, it was pretty easy because you have the head of household. When they win the competition on Sunday night, then they become your daily 100. They put up 2 people to possibly get eliminated. They're called nominations. So we stitch for each of the nominations. In the middle of the week, they play a game where they could win veto and take one of those nominations away. So we stitch for that. We stitch if somebody gets like if the veto is played and they have to put somebody else in their place, then that's a set of stitches. And then of course when they're eliminated or evicted, that's what it's called, because household. So if you have a show where it has those designated, this happens at each episode, it makes it a little bit easier to create the game to go along with it. Like I said, with the Great Stitching Bake Off, it's handshake, first and technical, last and technical, star baker, and eliminated. So we talked about doing a Survivor one. We haven't worked out the details of it, and with everything we have going on right now, it may not actually happen this season. We'll see. That may be a better one in the spring when we don't have Big Brother. And I don't, like I said, this is the first time I'm playing the British Bake Off, so, or even watching it. So I don't really know when it all airs typically. Ooh, that stitch did not go where it was supposed to. Alrighty. Oh, darn. Hold on. I wasn't done with that other color. Gotta put it in right here. Originally, I think the thought process was that, okay, so like, head of household is every Sunday, so obviously, like, you stitch on Daily 100 from Sunday to Sunday. Nominations are Sunday night, that you would have those nomination stitches finished before the next Sunday night. The only problem I have with that is I got behind. So instead of telling myself, oh, do less stitches, or oh, you know, whatever, I have like a checklist, right? So when the nominations go up, I put it on my checklist, and I don't do whatever comes next until I've checked off those on the checklist. So it's extensive right now because of everything that happened this week, but that's okay. I'll get to it all eventually. Some of my projects are going to get some really good progress because a couple of the players, they're everything. They get nominated, they get the veto, they get everything. A lot of stitching, but it's okay. I was going to do the stitching anyway, now I just have a reason. Alright, so there's that. So all we have left is this part of the fish up here. I think. Oh, 3. I'm just going to use some of my 310 because I don't want to cut off a whole skein for one stitch. So I have some sitting around here somewhere. There we go. I don't know why I do that every single time. I start from the back, then I pull all the way through so that I can start in the front. Why don't just initially start in the front? I don't know. Arrow 3866. That's gonna be a white. My side is still super tender from the fall the other day. Need to put some anti-slip duckies on my shower. Alright. And see, I just did it again. Does anybody else have some super fun stitchy plans going on? October is in just a few days. Have anything going on for dark October stitching? I think Holly and I are going to be starting Edgar Owl from Kitty and Me. Other than that, I'm just going to be sticking with my stitchy games and stuff. I still would really like to whip down, but it's a process, you know. I have so many just big projects. And of course, every time I turn around, there's a new pattern coming out that I just have to stitch. And I have like 60 something things kitted that I want to stitch. Trying to finish Boo Butterfly and Witchy Way. I have Boo Butterfly. I've never started it, but I know which one you're talking about. It's really so pretty. I started out the stream with a little bit of a finish parade because I was going through my finish bags trying to find the Biscornu that I was going to attempt to finish that I failed miserably at. But so if you watch the replay on YouTube, I think I made it through 3 of my bags of finishes, and I have about 5 more that we didn't get to touch because we found the Biscornu in the first 3. I will tell y'all that it only makes me want to stitch another Biscornu so I can finish it correctly, because I was doing so good until the fabric started falling apart. It's all back stitch left now. Ooh. I usually do it as I go, but it was too many colors. It's going pretty quickly though. That's good. I typically try and backstitch as I go, or like in sections. Let me finish this whole section and then backstitch. Because it can be overwhelming, but it can also stitch up really fast. And I bet it's going to look absolutely amazing. But in the meantime, you can be like, This is an interesting fish. I wonder if it's supposed to be a swordfish. It wasn't quite long enough there at the end, but maybe. I have a few projects that I feel like are pretty close to a finish, and somehow none of them made it on either the Big Brother game or the Great British Bake Off game, because I used a wheel to spin to let it select who was what, and like Celebrate Christmas didn't come up, and it's getting close to a finish. The cobwebs use 3 strands of DMC glow in the dark, so it's thick. Yeah. Bet it'll look good though. It's pretty much full coverage, right? I have it. I don't even remember when I got it or where I got it, but I have it somewhere. I hope everybody that's in the path of Helene is safe, not experiencing too many discomforts. I know I checked on a few of my friends that were in that area. One is still without power. Everyone else seems to be doing okay. The butterfly itself and the border are, yeah. It's looking so good. This fabric doesn't have a name. It was from Be Stitch Me. I'm sure it was one of the Friday night fight nights. Because I know this person frequents those like I do. But it's I believe a 32 count Lugana. Worked really well. It looks kind of sandy, like the beach for Seaside. Nope, not far enough over. Nope, I just lost it. Came off my needle. There we go. Yep. gonna get pretty close to tying this one up right as it's time to go. Got about 15 more minutes of stitching. I have 1, 2, 3, 10 more rows of stitching ish. If anyone wants to make sure and throw a guess out there before they have to go do life stuff, just let me know. I will get you written down. We currently have Jessie, Holly, Heather, and Laurel as previous guess winners. Jessie got a double for getting the exact right number, so I gave her a second entry. Hoping to eventually do them every month, but my streaming has not been consistent the last few months, so I've kind of let it gather a little bit. So we'll do it at the end of October. $147 from Heather. Get my notes. I haven't done any counting yet. Oops. Don't do that. Just having a heck of a morning with stuff not wanting to work appropriately. Come on, go back in the hole. I have to pull out my snag nabbit and tighten that one up. Back in the day, I would have sat and counted as you stitched. If you can manage it, I applaud you. I can't keep a count in my head. Like, I'll get to like 16 and then I'm like, what, where was I at? I do think my camera is at least good enough that you can see each of the individual stitches. I really like this camera. Kind of surprised we've already been doing this for 2 hours. Ooh. That was a messy stitch. Too far. Gonna finish up his tail and then we're gonna go back and fill in the stripes and my section will be done. in this color. I also don't know if y'all have seen anything about tail end projects. I do have one. I don't have it with me, and I'm not good about necessarily like, okay, I finished the strand, let me go put it in the tail end project, and then go back to stitching. But what I'll do is I'll stick these needles with the, so this is how much thread I had left. I would stick this needle in the tail end project, and then go back later and stitch with it. And this may only be 7-8 stitches, probably a few more. But it's making for a really neat looking project. So I saw Michelle Bindi doing one and went, I find that fun. So I'm going to do it. I'm using Antique Locks and Keys from Shakespeare's Peddler. So it's all charted in the same color. So it makes it really easy to just, the next few stitches are in whatever color I just finished on this project. Pretty neat. Okay, last color is Secret Garden 523. I think that's this one. Yep. Putting our last few stitches in. Then we will go through the Sell of the Day projects, and then we will end stream. And I'm hoping to come back next Thursday evening again with another kitten stitch. It might be Friday. I don't know. No, this week it can be Thursday. The following week, my daughter has a football game on that Thursday, and I told her I'd try and show up so that I can hear them announce her and see her do her flag dance and all her cheers. And so I think we only have 2 or 3 more games that are here, and all the rest are out of town. Anybody is interested in floss tubers, today we have with us Heather the Confetti Stitcher. I enjoy watching her floss tube. She has lots of full coverages. Janet with Janet Jabber. She does a lot of smalls. Hers are always really quick too, so if you only have a few minutes, she's a fun one to pick up. Let's see, Laurel from Laurel Ann. I'm not sure when the last time she did a floss tube was, but she does have a channel that you can go check out. Let's see, who else? Anybody else have a floss tube that I missed? Amy, have you done one in a while? I think Amy Loves Toads has a floss tube as well. Lately I've been really stuck on Jen the Caffeinated Crafter. I know she just recorded hers last night, so I'm hoping it'll be up sometime today. And Siski Stitches. They are both the type of people that spend an entire floss tube telling you all their plans, and then the next floss tube they've changed some, all. Amy just did one. Awesome. I'll have to go check that out. Lots of plan changing, lots of games, but I find those a lot of fun. Holly is doing okay. I'm also getting hungry. That's another thing. I have to make me some lunch soon. Getting down to the last few lines here if everybody wants to start making stitchy guesses. Okay. Cute little stripes on this fish. Now, he's supposed to have little beads for his eyes, but I'm going to let her bead at the end when she gets it back, just so that I can make sure that nobody else has to wrap their stitches around beads. Because we both know I would. I would constantly get my threads stuck on whatever beads were nearby. I am hoping to do another stream next Thursday, next Saturday. Kind of do the same thing we did this week. Kit and stitch on Thursday evening. I may have to push it back to 8 o'clock though, because trying to rush in here when I was supposed to be making dinner was a little bit difficult. But Saturday morning works well. Beading drives me nuts, but it's too pretty not to. I agree. I agree completely. But it is why I save it all to the end. My biggest issue with beading is while you're stitching, having to skip the place for the bead. Because then I'm like, oh, well, I need to go in and fill this. Nope. And I do that to myself a lot. Laurel says 160. Okay, I have finished up the stitches. If you want to make a guess, try and count the screen. Figure out what we did today. I have been stitching for approximately an hour, if that helps. But I'm also distracted by talking, so there's that. I'm fixing it. Oh, I did it again. Uh-oh. I'm not sure where it went this time. Because that's not it. Okay, well, my needle vamoosed. Hi, Erica. How are you today? 167. All good. That is all. It's supposed to be a guess. It's supposed to be fun. I know some people base it off of how long I stitched, and some people just throw numbers out there. Ginster 139. I've got to find my highlighter. We'll just use this. I'm gonna go count. Made a video for August and haven't uploaded it yet. Girl, it is almost October. I know, but I had to do it in 2 parts and really don't know how to put them together. You can always just post them separately and say part 1, part 2. There's plenty of those out there. Alright, let me double check. I'm not missing anything. Drum roll, please. Our grand total is 180 stitches. So, Erica, slipping in there with the guess at 167, you are entered into the raffle for the end of next month. Way to go, Erica. So, it's always worth taking a shot, coming in and giving a guess. Alright, I'm going to switch screens. Let's see if this one has the weirdo. Nope, we're good. We're good. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do before I leave y'all today is I have some stuff from my shop for this live only. If you claim something, you will then I will spin a wheel on the screen for you, and you get a discount on whatever it lands on. Earlier, Holly over on Twitch, she got this Mill Hill kit with the cat, and the wheel spun 18% off. It'll range anywhere from 10% to 30%. So if you're interested, me please before the end of the video. So I'm going to go through those real quick. First, we have Witch's Cauldron. These are all Mill Hill kits. Today. I'm going to do this every stream, and they'll always be different. So, Witch's Cauldron, I have 1. So the first person to me, please, if they want it. It's $9 plus whatever discount you get. I just do a standard $5 shipping, unless you're out of the country, and then we can discuss, but typically anywhere in the United States. This is Halloween Owl, full Mill Hill kit. I have 6 of these, so yeah, if you want it, chances are you can get it. Yes, I will send a PayPal invoice, so if you can get me your email, I don't know if you have me on Facebook, or I can put my email somewhere. So I have Halloween Owl. And then we have Autumn Lock from Autumn. Or this one also is $9. I think these are normally more expensive, but for whatever reason this one's marked as $9. Perfect. Perfect. Sounds good. I forgot over on Twitch you have that option. So Autumn Lock is $9, and then you would spend for a discount. So if anybody's interested in any of these 3 Mill Hill kits, let me know. While I clean up, because I have made a mess. I like how Sarah did this. Alrighty. And I am finished with my section on Seaside. So I probably won't send it off right away because I think I'm ahead of the other round robiners. But it's okay. Just kind of cleaning up the back a little bit. So here's where we got to on Seaside Sampler. I keep calling it that, Seaside Tiny Town from Heart and Hand. So. All right, everybody. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I really enjoyed streaming with everybody, and I will see y'all later this week. If you're on Twitch, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and raid, but you are not obligated to stick around, Holly. Thanks for streaming. Enjoyed hanging out. I'm hoping to do it again next Saturday. I'm trying to build up my Twitch, but it hasn't been going so well. Okay, we're gonna go over to my friend Zyrastana. She is working on a chatelaine this morning. It's absolutely gorgeous, so I'm going to send you over that way, Holly, but you are welcome to not go. You know, I just got to get into the rhythm of the Twitch stuff because so many of y'all join me from YouTube, but we do both here. So I think I did it. Okay. Have a wonderful morning. Happy Saturday. Great weekend. And I will see y'all next week.